See anything yet?
Just a bunch of high-class, low-life criminals all cleaned up for prom. And no sign from Sullivan yet.
Well, there's still plenty of time. Looks like the storage room's in the building behind the manor. You see it from up there?
Just the very top of it. Oh, I wonder what they got tucked away in there.
Let's just focus on Avery's Cross, okay?
No, you sure you don't want to pick up something for the wife?
It's cute. Just keep it simple.
Right. Simple. And it'd be a whole lot simpler if it was just the two of us.
Sam.
We could be inside already.
Not cleanly.
Have you even thought about a backup plan in case Sullivan gets cold feet?
No, because he won't.
Or if he got caught?
Sam, he knows the people running the auction. He's gonna schmooze his way right through that party, get upstairs, unlock the window, and we're in. It's a solid plan.
Uh-huh.
All right, fine. Good, say it.
What if he stole the cross for himself?
Not in a million years.
Victor Sullivan. Same Victor we're talking about, right?
Yes, he's double-crossed people in the past, but not us.
No, not you.
I know you two have never seen eye to eye.
Huge understanding.
But I trust him, all right? He's family. And, no. I just need you to trust him, too.
Fine.
He'll come through for us. Eventually.
But I mean, come on, you have to at least just for 1 second consider the possibility.
There. See? Trust.
Just try to keep your tux clean.
Thanks.
Hey, what's up everyone? PersNikity here. Welcome back to the Uncharted 4 crushing difficulty walkthrough. And we're moving on to Chapter 6, Once a Thief. So first off, quick apologies. My goal for this walkthrough was to upload one chapter a day. So it would take a total of 24 days. However, I missed 2 days, and that is because my editing software, my license expired, and I didn't have the money to pay for it. I had to wait 2 days until I got my paycheck. So luckily now I was able to pay that off, and so here we are, back to Uncharted. And this chapter is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be interlaid with a lot of cutscenes, some of them long, some of them short. But really this chapter is all just climbing. There's not really any combat or anything. The combat is going to finally really start in the next chapter. So, of course, in Chapter 5, we got to experience a little bit of combat playing as Sam. But then after this chapter, in Chapter 7, that's when, in my opinion, that's when the game truly starts. That's when we get into the real Uncharted fashion of things. It's taken quite a bit of time, but just hold on. I promise after this chapter, we will get there. There's going to be gunfights in every chapter, and it's going to be just like the good old days. But yeah. So I had to renew my licensing software, or my editing software. For those of you who are curious, I use a software called Wondershare Filmora. It's a editing software that I found online. It's not cloud-based. It's not online or anything, but I just found it online, and it's actually really nice. It's $40 for a year, or you can pay $60 for a lifetime membership, and it's a pretty good editing software. I'll tell you that by no means am I a editing expert or anything like that, but in high school I did use Final Cut Pro in my school's video announcements. We used Final Cut Pro, which is arguably one of the best editing softwares out there. That's an editing software that like actual professionals use. And I gotta say that I am very pleased with this software. It does have its limitations and annoyances, but all in all, it has exactly what I need to run a gaming YouTube channel. It has the ability so I can do Let's Plays. It has everything I need. Like for example, I know that when I first started, I considered using just Movie Maker. I thought I could get by with using Movie Maker, which is probably something that a lot of YouTubers think when they first start out. And Movie Maker, you can't do picture-over-picture overlay, which means you cannot do Let's Plays with...
Like what?
You can't do Let's Plays with a face cam, because you can't overlay the face cam over the gameplay. But anyway, that leads me to an important topic. If you've been watching my videos for a little while now, you'll remember that I've been thinking about making a Patreon account, and I've expressed a couple times that the idea of it at first made me a bit uncomfortable. But the thing is, with having to buy this $40 editing software and having to buy all the games that I make walkthroughs for and everything like that, it's become increasingly harder on me to afford all of these things. I'm a full-time student. I do have a job right now. I'm working with a professor on scientific research, and I do get paid for that. And then during the school year, I act as a tutor. I tutor I tutor lower division physics students. So I do make a bit of money, but it's really not that much. It's and keep in mind I have to use that money to buy food and stuff like that.
This looks promising.
So I sometimes don't have all the money I need to pay for the things I need for the YouTube channel, and so I've done quite a bit of research into Patreon, making sure that it's legit and
I'm good.
kind of getting a feel for what it's about. And I think I've decided to make a Patreon account. Now, honestly, I don't expect to make anything from it, which is totally fine. I've never expected people to donate money to me or my channel. That just seems absurd. But I am going to make the account to see what happens. And I'll be publishing a video, maybe even later today, maybe tomorrow, telling people about my decision and just kind of explaining why in more detail I'm going to be making the account. But anyway, that's the first part of this level. Go ahead and climb this rope here, and that will trigger the first little cutscene, and will introduce a lovely, familiar face.
There you go. Thanks. Nathan? Nathan? What? Oh, yeah. Okay. You all right? Yeah. How do I look? Like 400 million bucks. Let's go. All right, I'm right behind you. Sully?
Know what I love about partying with a bunch of crooks?
What's that?
Nobody cares if you smoke indoors.
It's been a while.
Too long, boyo.
You remember my dead brother, right?
Victor?
I'll be goddamned. 15 years.
Yep.
Good to see you alive, Sam.
Mm-hmm. Let's try keeping him alive by getting this cross, huh?
Yeah, about that.
What about that?
Come on, let me show you something. Take a look.
That's Avery's cross.
They brought it out of storage just before you guys got here.
They changed the lot order.
Take a whole pile of cash to make that happen.
All right, well, how long before they start the bidding?
10, 15 minutes tops.
Well, there's got to be some way we can grab it.
There is just a small matter of a few hundred eyewitnesses down there.
Okay, but we just need a diversion.
Like?
Like I don't know. But there's got to be something.
Well, if the guards see us making for that cross...
If they don't see us. Jesus, you guys act like you never spend time in prison. If you want something dirty done, then you wait for lights out. Yeah.
Where's that electrical panel for this place?
There's ventilation. Electrical. That's it up here. So we just have to climb up there and kill the lights. Grab the cross in the dark.
There will be an emergency generator.
That'll give us a few seconds of darkness to work with.
Meaning we'll have to be right next to the cross when the lights go out.
So there's no way we can get that close without being noticed.
Scusate, signora. Antipasti?
I'm all set.
Hi. How are you?
Ciao.
Would you focus?
The waiter wouldn't get noticed.
That could work.
Huh?
That will work. All right. All right, I'll get to the breaker room, kill the power.
You mean I'm the waiter?
You're the best pickpocket.
What?
You head down to the floor, keep your eye on the prize, okay? Let us know if anything, hinky goes down.
Roger that.
All right. Listen, we still got this. Ready?
Ready.
All right, follow me. We'll cut through the cellar.
Alright, so at this point, this is where we're going to have to deal with a bunch of kind of like short, choppy little cutscenes. There's going to be like small sections of gameplay, then a small cutscene, small sections of gameplay, blah, blah, blah. But the cutscenes in this chapter are pretty important. It really does set up kind of the main treasure hunt. It introduces us to the antagonists of the game. That's right, I said antagonists as in plural. So if you're interested in the story, definitely stick around and watch all the cutscenes. But if you're only watching for my commentary and gameplay, then you can just feel free to skip the cutscenes however you want. That choice is completely up to you. That is the beauty of watching videos on YouTube. But anyway, make yourself to the room here, navigate through this giant crowd, and you're going to head towards a door in the back corner. And then, like I said, once again, that's going to trigger a short little cutscene, and then we'll have a short little section of gameplay, and then another short little cutscene. So go ahead and approach this door, and we'll get things underway.
Hell, it's locked.
Shit, it was open earlier.
Now what? Can we pick it?
No, it's electronic.
We're gonna have to find another way in.
You see that?
Key card, back left pocket.
Yep.
I'm on it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You sure you want to do that? There's a lot of eyes out here.
I think I can handle a simple lift.
All right.
Alright, so your job here is to pickpocket this guy in the gold vest. It's pretty easy to do, just follow the commands. It'll tell you to hold R2 and focus that light on his back pocket. You will always miss the first time. That's part of the story. It's kind of the idea that Drake is a little rusty and he's not quite the thief that he used to be since he retired. But then you'll get it on the second time. You should get it on the second time. That guy has to be the worst worker in the world. I don't know how he didn't notice that. Drake looks completely suspicious, but with the key, head back to the door, and then we'll do another short little cutscene.
Okay.
All right, let's try this again. We'll still need these.
Great.
Good luck.
We'll be in touch.
Hands in the air. Hi, Victor.
Hello, Nadine. Pleasure to see you again.
Only this time, I've got the drop on you.
Well, I guess I should be glad that's not a real gun. Hardly recognize you out of your fatigues.
Yeah. You know how it is. Every once in a while, a job requires us to get all dolled up. Looking sharp, by the way.
Not too bad yourself.
Feels so out of place here. Can't tell you what a relief it is to run into another English speaker. Even if you are American.
They'll have to blame my parents for that one.
I was on my way to the bar. Can I get you something?
Yeah, scotch. On the rocks.
Be right back.
Date? You catch all that?
Yes, I did. Sounds like a lady's trying to buy you a drink.
Yeah. Nadine Ross is buying me a drink.
Nadine Ross. Wait, doesn't she own that Army for Hire? Is it called Coastline?
Shoreline.
Yeah, right. But you had a run-in with them.
It's putting it mildly. Fortunately, she does not seem to be holding a grudge.
I'm good to go here. All right. Listen, we're all set, Sully. You, stay out of trouble, okay?
I'll try.
Ready? Yeah, let's do it.
Gotta find where the waiters and caterers are.
Alright, so after that cutscene, you're just going to follow Sam here, and we're going to do, once again, a bit more climbing and a bit more exploring. That last cutscene introduced us to Nadine Ross, who is one of the antagonists of the game. We have already met, well, I don't want to reveal anything, but we'll figure out who the other antagonist is later on in this chapter. But it's a familiar face. But Nadine, for me, is not a very compelling villain, which is a shame because she's really cool. She's a really cool character, but I feel like she was just heavily underused as a villain. And I can't say too much without giving up spoilers for the later chapters, but I'll explain more of that point as I go. But the point is, my overall opinion is that Nadine was not a very satisfying antagonist for this game. So at first I was a bit disappointed because I thought, well, you guys just introduced this really cool character, and they pretty much did nothing. I felt the same way in Uncharted 3 with Marlowe and Talbot. Marlowe and Talbot, in my opinion, were the worst antagonists in this franchise. They were just boring. They were just useless. Especially Marlowe. Like she was just a rich British woman with power, but she never actually, she couldn't fight. She didn't actually do anything. And Talbot was just like her lapdog. So luckily, Uncharted's 4 villains are better than the Uncharted 3 villains. But I still felt like Nadine was a bit underused. Before I get back to that point, you're gonna have to kind of navigate through the dark here. So if you're getting lost, just follow where I go. But it's pretty easy, even in the dark. There's only a couple ways you can go. You're just gonna have to move a couple of these giant wine barrels, and then one of them will free up a path so that you can continue on. So right here, this is the path that freed up, and then you can go ahead and navigate your way back here. Alright, so again, you'll still be in the dark, but it's pretty easy. You're gonna look for the vents that Sam just mentioned. I think you're gonna have to pull up a barrel to climb up to that vent, but you should be good. Fun fact, thanks to the magic of video editing, I was doing my commentary and I accidentally revealed a huge spoiler. So I went back and deleted it, but then I realized there was just a blank space in the commentary, so now here I am recording this instead of the spoiler that I accidentally revealed. So thank goodness for video editing. It's a good thing I wasn't doing this live or anything. But go ahead and just make your way through the vents. You're going to creep your way all the way to the end, and you're going to kind of reach a dead end, and then you're just going to backtrack, and Sam will find the correct path. So anyway, guys, yeah. Once again, thank goodness for video editing. I didn't reveal the spoiler, and now we'll get back to the regular commentary.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that. Anyway, sorry for the pause. But you're just gonna follow your way through the vents there, and yeah, you're just gonna basically be following Sam the whole time. This chapter is a bit underwhelming. There's not a whole lot going on, so just go ahead and keep following Sam through these vents, and eventually you're gonna come to the outside. And then you're just gonna wait,
Here we come.
waiting on the world to change, and there we go. Alright, so once again, just keep following Sam. If you've guessed the theme for this chapter, it's follow the leader.
Hey, check this out. See that building with the
And so, yeah, the one thing I do like about this game is that, especially you can see it in this chapter, is that it really shows that Drake is not perfect. You know, obviously Drake has done some crazy, ridiculous things in the franchise's history. But that's because he's like a well-trained thief. You know, he's an adventurer. He's used to this. But now, as we've seen, Drake has been out of the game for a little while now, and as with anyone, he's gone a bit rusty. In my opinion, he's put on a tiny bit of weight, not a noticeable, not a huge amount, but a tiny bit of weight. And then you see, like earlier in this chapter, he tried to use the grappling hook, and he missed on his first try. He tried to pickpocket, and he missed on his first try. And that's because he's just not in it. It's been a while, and he has to like get his bearings before he's back to good. And I thought that was really cool. It was like a very realistic touch to the game.
Got it? Heads up, heads up. Buonasera. Ma che sta facendo?
Easy on the civilians, Sam.
What? So he wakes up with a headache in his underwear. We've both been there before, right?
Right.
Well, I got mine. You get yours.
All right.
Alright, so Sam is out of the picture now. He's gotten his uniform, he's good to go. So now we gotta do what we need to do as Drake. And this area, it's pretty big. There's a lot of ways you can get lost if you don't know exactly where to go. If ever you do get lost, just remember to try to find the radio tower and then kind of trace your path backwards to figure out how to get there. But this is probably the most confusing step. You gotta climb, turn around, and then jump over to this ceiling here, and then jump over to this rooftop here. And then the rest is pretty straightforward, but it's very easy to get lost, and there's probably a couple treasures lying around, so if you get lost, maybe you'll get something out of it. But anyway, go ahead and jump over here, and we will trigger yet again a short little cutscene.
Oh, shit!
I can't believe you got away with that.
Oh, we did not. No, we had our liberty taken away for a month.
And what about the horse?
Fortunately, we had a lot of carrots on board.
Recognize someone?
No. I thought I did, but no.
Hey, when am I finally going to meet that partner of yours? Drake?
Well, that's ex-partner. Yeah, I've been flying solo for a while now. Drake's out.
Oh, like dead out?
Oh, no. More like retired. Last I heard, he settled down, got married.
Well, then he might as well be dead, right? Victor Sullivan. How the hell are you?
Rafe?
How long has it been? 10 years? 12?
15.
It's amazing. All these years gone by, here we are, we're still haggling over dead people's junk.
Really? Aren't you running your parents' business?
My business now. But yes, that is my day job.
Oh, that is one hell of a day job. You could probably afford to buy up everything on the block tonight.
Well, sure. But what would be the point in that? And these days, I'm only looking for the good stuff. Big scores. Any advice on what I should pick up tonight?
Yeah, like I want to bid against him. But, just between you and me, I did notice they changed the order. I think somebody might be trying to rig this auction.
Well, remember where we are. This crowd didn't get rich by playing fair.
Which is why you really need someone watching your back in a place like this.
Ah. Well, I do hate to break it to you. You are working for an American.
We've partnered up on this one.
I see. Talk about a power couple.
In a few moments, we'll begin bidding on our next item, an inlaid wooden crucifix from the Trott estate.
Well, I know when I'm a third wheel. You two kids have fun tonight.
Just hold on, Sully. How'd you find out about it?
It? What it is that, Rafe? Nadine, I think your partner here has had too many Bloody Marys.
Cut the bullshit, old man. I don't know how you scammed your way in here, but if you think about bidding on Avery's Cross, I can tell you exactly how you're going to be leaving in a goddamn
Rafe!
fight. Well, you get my point.
Lovely seeing you both. Nate? Nate? kid, where the hell are you?
Okay. Power room. I can do this.
Alright, so out of habit, I realized that before that last cutscene I said we're going to have to sit through another short little cutscene. That was one of the longer cutscenes. That one was, what? That was like 4 minutes maybe, something like that. It did introduce us to the other antagonist, which is Rafe. So obviously Rafe is a somewhat familiar face. We ran into him back in Chapter 2, which was a flashback chapter, and he was with us in the Panamanian jail, and he was the one that was essentially funding the treasure hunt. And that's who Rafe is. Rafe is basically just a trust fund kid, super wealthy, and he wants to do something so that the world doesn't see him as just another, Paris Hilton or something. He wants to do something meaningful, and that is to find Henry Avery's treasure. So, he has a noble goal. It's understandable why he would want to do something like that, but it's the way he goes about it that is bad, which is what you'll see throughout this game, and that is what makes him our second antagonist. And it turns out that him and Nadine are partners, so that's great. Anyway, you're going to be creeping along in the vents up here. You don't have to worry about those guys down below or anything. You're going to drop down. Once you do, there will be a cutscene and then a short little piece of gameplay, and then we will get back, or then the chapter will end with another cutscene.
Where the hell are the circuit breakers? Ah, crap. Sam, Sully, you there?
God damn it, kid, where the hell have you been?
I made it. Had a few close calls, but...
Yeah, well, if you're gonna cut the power now, would be a good time.
Well, I'm gonna need a minute before I can reach the panel.
We don't have a minute. Rafe's about to walk out of here with your cross.
Wait, what? Rafe? Rafe is here?
Yes, Rafe is here, and as of right now, he has the highest bid.
Well, outbid him.
With what? I don't have that kind of scratch.
Sully, we're stealing it, remember?
What if he calls my bluff?
He won't.
We have 90,000. Do I hear any more bids?
Guys, if we do not get this cross, I am as good as dead.
Yeah. Well, I end up with the highest bid. We're all dead.
Sully, I need you to buy me more time.
Since we have no other bids.
Trust me.
Going once, going twice.
Screw it.
Bene, we have 100,000 euros in the room. Thank you. Do we have any other bids? We now have 110,000 euros in the room.
And for a penny and for a pound.
That bid brings
Don't
us
worry.
to 120.
You'll be out of there in no time.
I better be.
Alright, so while the bid is going on, all you got to do is run around here and you'll see a bunch of drawers with the triangle prompt on it. Just open them and search around. It's completely randomized. You're never going to find the crowbar on your first time. You're probably going to have to look about through 4 to 6 crates. But then eventually, I promise, you will find the crowbar. And I'm kind of curious as to what would happen if you just don't even look for the crowbar. Because you can hear in the comments, or you can hear in the dialogue that Sully is bidding higher and higher even though he doesn't have the money to pay for this thing. So I'd be interested to know what happens if you just never end up looking for the crowbar. But anyway, guys, that's the end. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you get the chance, and I'll see you in Chapter 7.
All right, boys, I'm at the switch. You ready?
As I'll ever be, Victor.
Just a sec.
The gentleman's bid, 200,000 euros.
500,000. Let's get the show on the road here.
Thank you. We have 500,000 euros in the room. Does the gentleman wish to bid again?
Had me worried there for a minute, Victor. Thought I might have to kill you.
Okay, let's ruin this asshole's evening.
Anyone else? We are going once. Going twice? Then I shall sell it for 500,000. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. The backup power will come on shortly.
It's gone! Sbarrate tutte le uscite! Nessuno deve lasciare via! Move it! Get out of the way! Stop him! Hey! Stop that guy! Fermo! What are you doing? You letting him get away! You speak... Sparisci.